Okay, and here we go. It's time for um y- uh, All Star Pro. Once again, we're getting set for another event. We're getting set for War Drums, and I've had a lot happen since we started out. First of all, it's St. Patrick's Day, and now happy St. Patrick's Day in December, but I digress. I managed to invest in a new training facilities. Um, I got the All Star Performance Center and All Star in the Making, which is a dojo. Basically, what this does is that students graduate from All Stars in the Making or uh, All Star Pro Dojo. Um, roughly 8 students are expected to turn professional over the course of a year. Um, this is to have an even split between male and female students. However, as it was recently opened, no graduates will appear for another year. And I'm having All Star Pro uh, at the moment. I'm having every um, uh, style welcome. Uh, 11 workers can be sent here to sharpen their skills. At this moment, it says that there's nobody currently attending, which is fine. And yeah, um, I still have the tickets set to very cheap. We still got our broadcasting deal. Uh, and I've been trying to sign a couple more people under contract. Uh, and yeah, let's get set now for ASP War Drums. And I think after we get to Frenzy number 10, I think I'm done doing TV shows for a little bit. And then I'm just going to continue going straight to just the events, just to see what happens there. And so I don't end up losing money, like more money than I should be. I've already been losing a lot of money, and I'm just going to continue to lose money, especially now that I'm throwing in dojos. Uh, yeah, I know this was a very dumb decision for me, especially in the very beginning of the save, but um, I'm hoping in the long run it'll be all worth it. And yeah, um, give me just 1 second. It looks like we're now at War Drums, or at least close. Joyrider is now in Kansai. Uh, yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to. BSPW have adopted a friendly attitude towards me. Cool beans. Perfect. Um, And we got 2,114 viewers on our first show, which is good to see. We are, well, All Star Frenzy 4, I should say. I was thinking about also throwing in another broadcaster. I'm gonna go to investments, launch broadcaster, and then I was gonna do internet public. Just to kind of potentially draw some more eyes on the product. That's kind of where I'm going with that. Um, so yeah, I was gonna, but I'm gonna try set up a broadcasting deal with All Star Pro Public now. Let's see, new deal for Frenzy, prime time, unlimited. But then we'll also go All Star Pro events. Perfect. And yeah, War Drums will be tomorrow night. And we'll have All Star Frenzy 6. I'm gonna move All Star Frenzy 6 to. Oh, wait, whoops. Nope. I'm gonna move All Star Frenzy 6 um to Thursday, I believe, is what we're gonna do for this. There. Perfect. And now we are going over to All Star Pro Frenzy. I mean, not All Star Pro Frenzy, All Star Pro War Drums. Okie dokie. And we signed the new referee. Perfect. So All Star Frenzy 4 got 2,144. And now we got 2,096. Perfect. And yeah, All Star War Drums tonight. And then Frenzy 6 will be taking place on Thursday, the 24th March. And it looks like we'll have 2 tapings of that. So I'm going to change that up to 2 tapings. And then we'll do. And then when we go to the availability, one. So yeah, we'll do 3 different tapings then there, and then we'll end up, we'll kill off Frenzy for the time being. And we'll go to just doing events. So we will not be giving the night off to anybody. We will select a generic venue. Finalize broadcasters. Perfect. Booking team meeting. Spend creative energy. 176. Creative finish. A near certainty on Rain Man. Likely to succeed on Mercutio Sleep. Perfect. Character idea. A near certainty on Kate Lily. Okay. I think I have a creative finish that is set to expire soon too. Cheech Kong and Ricky Turner have bonded backstage, discovering a shared love of Jeeves and Woodster books. Perfect. Desert Storm has done work on basic and safety drills for 4 students. Too Hot ran show training drills to work on basics and safety for 16 students. Backstage rumor mill has been in overdrive after Ava Anderson and Henry Bennett apparently got into a heated argument. Okay. I think I'm going to go with team bonding and see what happens. Okay, so we strengthened relationships. Perfect. Nothing too crazy going on there, which is great to see. And yeah, let's take a look. I think the creative finish is set to expire soon, unless it already expired. Nope, it did not expire. The Ellie Mae Walton character idea is set to expire soon as well. How about we do that right now, actually? The Rain Man creative finish. Rocky Ryan Turner. So we'll do Ellie Mae Walton and we'll actually do the Ellie Mae Walton character idea right now. Let's go to Ellie Mae Walton. Where is she at? There we go. Creative idea. Ellie Mae Walton. A near certainty on her. Let's see. It was a failure. That's unfortunate. And now she's irritated. Perfect. Let's give her a bonus. Okay, we're good now. So that did not go as planned, which is what I should have expected that. And I actually will be back to book War Drums. Okie dokie, and we are back, and I have decided to implement a new type of wrestling match for All-Star Pro. All-Star Pro will start having a match called Root Rules, which basically what that is a way to kind of show off the technical wrestlers here at All-Star Pro. A Root Rules match will be over 20-minute time limit. A Root Rules match will be a 30-minute time limit instead of 20 minutes. And a Root Rules match is meant to be on the ground, basically. There's still the pinfall or submission, but it's meant to be mostly like a technical style match. Basically, it's kind of like Ring of Honor's Pure Rules, sort of, but it like brings in like the technical aspect of wrestling and then just enhances it further, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know if does that make sense. If it doesn't, let me know. I'll try to find a way to explain it better. But that'll be the opening contest. We of course got some chaos that'll be taking place before our main event. And Juggernaut Jones will actually be facing Texas Hangman after some of the stuff that's been going on between them. I forgot to make. I'm I'm going to be bringing this to the main show actually, so I will bring that up. Card. I will book a pre-show bout now. Let's go Axel Brown and Duplicate versus Mosher and Taylor Norton. Oh wait, whoops. Axel Brown and Duplicate versus Mosher and Taylor Norton. Pre-show. There we go. Okay. It is now time for ASP War Drums. Oh, whoops. Just pretend that isn't Ellie Perks and that it's Alex. In a pre-show bout that had good wrestling but didn't have much heat, Mosher and Taylor Norton defeated Axel Brown and Duplicate in 9 minutes and 52 when Taylor Norton pinned Axel Brown with a tumbleweed splash. Taylor Norton carried in terms of in-ring performance. We can definitely bring Taylor Norton up to the main shows. He's throwing out 48s. Hell yeah. Let's bring him up to the main show. And we need to start pushing this guy. He's most definitely a potential candidate for our first ever 5-star champion. Hell yeah. Great work there for our first pre-show bout. And we had another pretty decent pre-show match. Dr. Funkenstein and Jerry Pepper. Excuse me. And Dr. Funkenstein's our commentator right now, too. Dr. Funkenstein has defeated Jerry Pepper in 11 minutes 55 by pinfall with that funky elbow drop. The fans were not impressed with a young lion like Dr. Funkenstein going over Jerry Pepper, but ultimately doesn't really matter too much. It was a pre-show bout, and also the segment rating got a 31 still, so it doesn't really matter. And now for our first ever rules match, we saw TJ Bailey go one-on-one with Phenomenal E, and Phenomenal E lost to TJ Bailey in 25 minutes and 6 by pinfall with a TJ time. And Phenomenal E got injured. He sustained a broken jaw, which is not good. TJ Bailey had an in-ring performance of 29, and Phenomenal E had an in-ring performance of 28. and he was slowed a little by working with an injury. The commentary was great. The match still put the show off to a strong start, but considering that the injury happened, it could have been a lot better. That's unfortunate for Phenomenal E. I hope he ends up being okay. In a bout that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Ashley Grover actually defeats Purple Viper in 8 minutes and 53 by pinfall with a Chicago Hope. Basically, what happens here is Queen Amazon tries to get involved, but Ashley Grover, with Queen Amazon trying to distract the referee so Purple Viper can attack Ashley Grover from behind. Ashley Grover sees this and then attacks Purple Viper instead of Queen Amazon, goes for a pinfall, a roll-up pinfall, after she hits Purple Viper with the Chicago Hope, and gets the victory that way. Looks like this match got the crowd hotter, and that Purple Viper is getting better at her gimmick. The match got a 40. Holy shit. And we got another over 40 rated match. Holy shit. This show's already been amazing. Also, we've got 101 people in attendance. We got Queen Amazon versus Becca Barton versus Izzy Quick versus Perry Longstaff. In a bout that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Queen Amazon defeats Becca Barton, Izzy Quick, and Perry Longstaff in 10 minutes 09. Queen Amazon, she starts maniacally laughing once again and pins Izzy Quick with an Amazonian powerbomb. And then both Queen Amazon and Purple Viper are basically walking to the backstage laughing very maniacally. And then Purple Viper goes to the camera and she says, "This is what it takes. This is the ritual. Do you like what you see?" What does she mean by that? Who is she talking to? That I think we'll find out. It's definitely interesting there. And then we've got tag team action going on. And about that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Rain Man and Clark Smallbone defeats Tsuki Kawamata and Sarah Taylor in 9 minutes and 37. When Rain Man pins Tsuki Kawamata with a raindrop. Tsuki was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone. That's fair. Clark Smallbone had an in-ring performance of 40. Rain Man was the best guy, so it was good that he got the win. Sarah Taylor had 41, and Kawamata had a 25. It looks like Clark Smallbone seemed off his game. Rain Man's getting better at his gimmick, and the Rain Man creative finish was a success with a 44 rated match. My god. And we actually saw Juggernaut Jones and Texas Hangman go one-on-one. After Juggernaut Jones's comments after Texas Hangman trying to beat down both Texas Hangman and Wild Red Stallion. Wild Red Stallion was nowhere to be seen whatsoever in this match. But I'm sure he's watching somewhere. But it was a wild brawl with Texas Hangman getting the win over Juggernaut Jones with the help of course, Mercutio Sleep and Ellie Mae Walton. The truly best had the numbers game over Juggernaut Jones. Juggernaut, for most of the match, had no trouble beating down the truly best, though. The only man he was really having trouble was with the big dude, Texas Hangman. Yeah, Texas Hangman wins by choke slamming Juggernaut Jones. The commentary was great. Good to see there. And then we go to our trios match. Rowdy, Ryan Robertson, Primetime, Montero. They all three tagged together against Brute, Buzz, Reed, the Masked Grappler, and Too Hot. It was a bout that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Rowdy, Ryan Robertson, and Primetime Montero defeats Buzz, Raid, the Masked Grappler, and Too Hot when Roger Montero pinned Too Hot with an eagle chop. This match was just kind of a setup for Primetime Jack Pride and Roger Montero to continue on with their storyline as a tag team. They are once again working really good together. They actually work well with Rowdy Ryan Robertson as well. Primetime does hesitate to tag in Robertson at one point when Roger Montero gets attacked from Buzz Reed, but he does end up tagging in Rowdy Ryan Robertson for a hot tag at one point in the match. The trios match got a 45. Holy shit. We're just getting crazy and crazier in these matches. We had a triple threat match here between Joe Gilbert, Mercutio Sleep, and MMA. And I thought that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Mercutio Sleep wins and pins Joe Gilbert in 15 minutes 3 seconds with a go to sleep. And MMA was actually the one who carried the match. Good job there for MMA getting a 50 in-ring performance. Joe Gilbert's strategizing does seem to be working, but not enough, it seems. And now it's time. We see Power Girl walking down to the ring, and she's talking about how she's ready to potentially become a number one contender. And get a shot at the 5-star championship. And then the theme song for El Inferno come down. And basically they start getting ready to set Power Girl on fire, but they beat down Power Girl and they get ready to set her on fire like they did Allie Perks. And then Allie Perks comes to save the day and beats down both members of the El Inferno group. And she makes the save, helps Power Girl up, and raises her arm, and they both then challenge the El Inferno group to a tag team match. They do not say yes or no. All they do is look at Power Girl and Allie Perks and laugh. That's about it. And now it's time for our main event. Kate Lilly and Ellie Mae Walton. We saw great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Ellie Mae Walton defeats Kate Lilly in 11 minutes 1 by a pinfall with a barnstormer. Texas Hangman and Mercutio Sleep were at ringside for this match. And At one point, Texas Hangman beats down Kate Lilly with Mercutio Sleep getting the distraction on the referee, which helps Ellie Mae Walton win against Kate Lilly. The main event got a 47 as well, and they had great chemistry together, which is good to see. Looks like we will definitely be running it back between these two at some point. And our show got a 46. That is awesome. The show increased our popularity in 10 regions. I hope Phenomenal E's injury isn't too bad. Let's now address the locker room. We're gonna put over Kate Lilly and Taylor Norton. Praise for a great performance. Praise for a great performance. Let's see. Phenomenal E will be out of action. It can be worked through. I don't plan on getting him involved though. He may have some backstage promos and stuff, but for 24 days is all it will be. So it could be worse. Yeah, we lost a bunch of money, but that's okay. Let's take a look at the popularity now. We gained popularity everywhere except for the Midwest. We went from 2 to 3 in the Southeast. So I need to find some sort of way to continue on gaining popularity in the Midwest. Otherwise, what the hell are we doing? I don't know why we're not increasing popularity in the Midwest, because we're throwing out really good shows. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Or not. We signed the other dude I was trying to sign earlier. Joyrider has now joined 5SSW. Phenomenal E's injury. Warning, your pay-per-view buy rate in at least one region was mildly reduced because ASP have run so many pay-per-view events in the last month that the fans have become a little jaded. Okay. So that's unfortunate. The War Drums viewership got 2,186 viewers, and there were no buys for War Drums. That's fair. Phenomenal E's injury was on the headlines. It's unfortunate, but I'm positive we'll be okay. But we now move on to All-Star Pro Frenzy 6. And I actually will be back. Alrighty. And All-Star Pro will be having a Frenzy 6 and 7. And it looks like the next event is Battle in the Asylum in April. We will be changing that because of all these people that are not going to be available. I think we will do Saturday, April 9th. And yeah, let's get set now for All-Star Frenzy 6. No one's getting the night off. We'll do generic venue like always. booking team meeting. We have 219 points of creative energy. I think the probationary period's gone now. Yes, the probationary period is gone. Oh, whoops. I need to quit doing that. Rick Sanders brightened the moon backstage after doing several funny cartoon drawings of his colleagues. Looks like there's been an overdrive after Jerry Pepper and Roger Montero got into a heated argument. Okay. Duplicate and Phil Anders have been hanging out a lot recently. Okay. There's talk backstage about how much Flying Patriot is being influenced by Rain Man having begun acting in a similar way. That's kind of funny. Desert Storm ran training drills. Too Hot ran training drills. Okay. I'm gonna try a metal once again. Let's do Desert Storm and Andy Gordy. And yeah. We're just trying to continue on forward with All-Star Frenzy 6, and we'll be doing All-Star Frenzy 7 as well. And potentially we'll do All-Star Frenzy 8, 9, and 10 as well on the other 3 tapings. I shall be back. Okay, and now we're set to go for our show here of All-Star Pro. All-Star Pro Frenzy. We're doing All-Star Pro Frenzy 6 at the moment. We are doing at the pre-show with Jerry Pepper and Wild Red Stallion taking on Izzy Quick and Ava Anderson in a pre-show bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Izzy Quick and Ava Anderson defeats Jerry Pepper and Wild Red Stallion in 9 minutes 25 when Izzy Quick pinned Wild Red Stallion with the Super Rana. Wow. Just wow. Izzy Quick was also off her game. Really off her game. And the commentary lifted the match. And we got a trios match between Primetime Jack Pride and Minnesota Awesome versus Buzz Reed, Jay Silver, and Sarah Taylor. And a pre-show bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Buzz Reed, Jay Silver, and Sarah Taylor defeats Primetime Jack Pride and Minnesota Awesome in 10 minutes 36 when Buzz Reed pins Primetime Jack Pride with a termination slam. So this also wasn't really supposed to be anything crazy. It was just supposed to, it was just supposed to be a continuation of what to expect with Sarah Taylor, especially since she was tagging with Phenomenal E, who's currently injured. Yeah. Opening the show, Allie Perks comes down, her music plays, comes down to the ring, and she seems very unhappy. She runs down to the ring saying that the El Inferno group burned her alive, and that she is a completely different person now, and that she will never forgive them for what they did to her. Uh, you wanted me to be some type of sacrifice? Cool. Do you want to hear a ritual of mine? That ritual is kicking ass. And the crowd starts going crazy. And then she says, and in this case, I am going to whoop your guys' ass. And Allie Perks struggles to go off script in this promo. The commentary did great. The promo got the crowd hotter, and it put the show off to a strong start. You love to see it. And then, of course, we saw the masked grappler in our first match of the show. They took the masked grappler took on Pepper Pelton in a one-on-one fashion, and that saw the masked grappler win in 9 minutes and 44 by submission with a figure 4 leg lock. The masked grappler had a 54 with Pepper Pelton with a 20. So the masked grappler has been doing a really, really nice job here at All Star Pro. And then we saw to see TJ Bailey go one-on-one with Emma Mae Walton. The truly best are nowhere to be seen. It's just Ellie Mae Walton, with Ellie Mae getting the win over TJ Bailey in 11 minutes 45 by pinfall with a barnstormer. This was just kind of a filler match, but see, it did well. Commentary did well once again. And Joe Gilbert went one-on-one with Danielle Sweetheart. Something that very interesting that ends up happening before the match starts is that Joe Gilbert he holds up like a playbook. So not only is he now strategizing like a weirdo, he is throwing out playbooks just out of random. Danielle Sweetheart defeats Joe Gilbert in 12 minutes and 53 by pinfall with a super kick. And the match got a 46. And Danielle Sweetheart got a 49. Holy shit. Danielle Sweetheart has a strong connection with the young female demographic. I really enjoyed her winning. That's awesome to see. And we saw with superb wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. I defeated Rowdy Ryan Robertson in 14 minutes and 15 by pinfall with a mafia kick. Rowdy Ryan Robertson has been trying to make his name known here at All Star Pro. Has not had much success, and he does not get much success here up against myself, the big boss. I benefited from having a hot move, a groundswell of public support, and being in amazing form. The match got a 56. And we got a 51 triple threat on Super Wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Mercutio Sleep defeats MMA and Kate Lilly in 14 minutes and 24 seconds when Mercutio Sleep pins Kate Lilly with a go to sleep. This is a triple threat, so Texas Hangman baits down MMA and Kate Lilly. Mercutio Sleep throws Kate Lilly into the ring, hits her with a go to sleep, and wins the match. And then we see tag team action in our main event. The Rock City Stars take on Rain Man and Roger Montero. When about had superb wrestling and good heat, Rain Man and Roger Montero defeats the Rock City Stars in 12 minutes and 23 when Rain Man pins Stan Mana with a raindrop. Everybody doing really good stuff there. 45, 42, 43. We got a 48, which increased popularity in 10 regions. Probably everywhere but the Midwest. The word backstage is that Peyton Penn and Jay Silver have been getting on particularly well recently. That's great to see. And now we move on to All-Star Frenzy 7. I will be right back. Okie dokie. And now we're ready to do All-Star Frenzy 7. Our first pre-show bout had Kate Lilly take on Axel Brown, with Kate Lilly defeating Axel Brown in 10 minutes and 43 by pinfall with a Lilly launch pad. Kate Lilly had a 49 and Axel Brown had a 15. Great chemistry once again on the commentators. And we've got tag team action. Black Diamond and Jules Knight teams up against Izzy Quick and Ashley Grover. And about the in our second pre-show bout, with great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Izzy Quick and Ashley Grover defeat Black Diamond and Jules Knight in 11 minutes 17 when Izzy Quick pinned Jules Knight with Super Rana. And Jules Knight with a 43. Black Diamond with 32. Ashley Grover with a 40. And Izzy Quick with a 40. On to the main show now. We saw Allie Perks and Power Girl in tag team action. They take on the El Inferno Horde, finally. Which El Inferno Horde do end up defeating Allie Perks and Power Girl in 15 minutes and 17 when Purple Viper pins Allie Perks with a handful of tights. The match was designed to lift the crowd, and it looks like it did. It got a 38. And Power Girl had a 24. Allie Perks with a 26. Queen Amazon and Purple Viper 39, 38. Allie Perks and Power Girl actually had great chemistry teaming together. So, Power Girl Perks will become a thing, it looks like. The match got the show off to a strong start. And we will see Xander West go one-on-one with Ellie Mae Walton. Ellie Mae Walton wins in 12 minutes and 8 seconds by pinfall with a Barnstormer. Xander West was distracted by Mercutio Sleep to get the win. Ellie Mae Walton sustains a broken nose, which is unfortunate, and Xander West was really off his game. Match gets the crowd hotter, though. And we see trios action. Looks like Jules Knight is in the main show as well as wrestling in the pre-show, which is interesting. And about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Original Sinner, Jules Knight, and Sarah Taylor defeats Golden Delicious and Minnesota Awesome in 9 minutes 45 when Sarah Taylor pins Golden Delicious with a Newton's Castle. So, good trios match there, it looks like. And Original Sinner did the worst out of everybody. That was to be expected. He's getting better at his gimmick, though. And Sarah Taylor was really off her game, too. And then we saw Rowdy Ryan Robertson take on Dr. Funkenstein. Dr. Funkenstein answered Rowdy Ryan Robertson's open challenge. With Rowdy Ryan Robertson getting the win in his open challenge in 12 minutes and 50 by pinfall. Oh wait, no, Rowdy Ryan Robertson loses in his open challenge by pinfall with that funky elbow drop. The match got a 32. And Roger Montero went one-on-one with Texas Hangman. And Mercutio Sleep once again hits Roger Montero to allow Texas Hangman to get the victory. Although Roger Montero stops Mercutio Sleep from doing too much with the referee. And then Texas Hangman was getting ready to go for a choke slam. And then Roger Montero hits the eagle chop to get the victory. The match got a 47. Also, Roger Montero and Texas Hangman had great chemistry. Great commentary chemistry on Dane O'Hara and Dr. Funkenstein. Roger seemed off his game as well. 47. Wow. Taylor Gold took on MMA, which saw MMA defeat Taylor Gold in 10 minutes and 20 by submission with a armbar. And MMA got a 42, and she was really off her game and is getting better at her gimmick. Now it's time for the main event, where Mercutio Sleep takes on Joe Gilbert. And Joe Gilbert, with the playbook in his hand, is walking down to the ring, and then he starts huddling with himself while he's in the ring. Mercutio Sleep had Texas Hangman. No, not Texas Hangman. Yeah, Texas Hangman. He had Texas Hangman by his side. And Texas Hangman starts trying to choke out Joe Gilbert, but then Joe Gilbert stops him and says, "Thank the playbook for it." But that was just a distraction at ringside for Mercutio Sleep to attack him, throw him into the ring, and hit him with a go to sleep. Looks like these two have good chemistry together, which is good to see. What a main event. And this show got a 41, which increased popularity in 2 regions. Ellie Mae Walton's broken nose can be worked through, which she'll only be injured for 7 days, so we should be fine. And we lost $5,690 we gained popularity everywhere except for the Midwest, but not enough for any numbers to change, it looks like. So that's a little unfortunate, but yep, we're nearing towards the end of All-Star Pro Frenzy. After we do 3 more All-Star Frenzy tapings, I'm definitely done with the TV show for a little while. It was fun while it lasted, but it's not really doing us any favors right now, so there's no point in keeping anything, really. Looks like All-Star Pro Frenzy did gain the most viewers we've had so far. We had 3,327 viewership. TJ Billy likes Primetime Jack Pride. All-Star Pro Frenzy. Ellie Mae Walton's Broken Nose. Okay, and now we will go to 3 shows. And I will actually be back for our, as we edge closer to the next show. Okay, and Ellie Mae Walton has recovered. And yeah, we are getting set to go to the end of All-Star Pro Frenzy. Let's take a look at the merchandise. We're now at 90%. So I'll actually go to the end of the week, upgrade the merch, and then we should be set to go. And I'm I'm wondering what you guys have thought about the TW9 series so far. And for those of you that have watched WMMA, the WMMA 5 save I've made and doing so far currently, what do you think of that? If there's enough of you where I'm like, yeah, let's never do that again. On a scale of that, I'd say definitely do this and try it. WMMA 5 is a great game too. Joyrider is gone from 5 SSW, and we got All-Star Pro Frenzy 7 shown last night with 3,195 viewers. Once again, moving to the end of the current week. Cause we need to keep on moving. And now I'm just here in the waiting game. I'm sure you guys know how this feels if you play TW9 or WMMA 5. How long a loading screen? And I know that people have been trying to make fixes to some of the stuff that hasn't appeared yet. I know they're also trying to add in level doors and make it so they actually work. Okay. The merchandise has fully been upgraded. Here we go. Okay, we're continuing on the rapid faction where I'm trying to get 10% of progress each week once again to go to level 4, continue selling merchandise. Um, and All-Star Frenzy, the end of All-Star Frenzy in 3 days, and Battle in the Asylums in 5 days. So it's not too far off. And as I said, this will be at least the end, at least for now, of ASP Frenzy. We might bring it All-Star Pro Frenzy back. Probably years after, though. The child companies or whatever you want to call them, developmental. If you're actually trying to use it as just a developmental, then it serves its purpose, so it does a good job of that. There's some people that are taking it too far and like making all of it into a storyline, or in some cases, some of them just run away. Or, do you want food? Okay. And now we are getting set to go for our last 3 tapings for All-Star Pro Frenzy. And then we've got Battle in Asylum. Okay, we're now set for our last 3 ever Frenzy events, with Battle in the Asylum just 2 days after. I'm going to give Phenomenal E the night off. And that'll be it. Right then and there. Spend creative energy. We now have 250 character in creative energy. Safe bet on anyone. Safe bet on anyone. Safe bet on anyone. A safe bet on anyone. Yeah, I don't really see too much more. Let's see. Becca Borton had a creative finish idea. Allie Perks was fine in fine form for the show, keeping everyone in a great show. Okay. Uh, here we go. Let's go team bonding. Strengthen relationships, great to see. And I shall be back. Okie dokie. And yeah, lots is going on. Wild Red Stallion goes up against Mellow Flashheart. Wild Red Stallion gets the win over Mellow Flashheart in 11 minutes 25 by pinfall with a Lakota Cutter. Okay. And now we've got our opening contest with Superb Wrestling and a decent reaction from everyone. And yeah, we're getting lots of great promos. And about that, good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Rowdy Ryan Robertson defeats Ashley Grover in 9 minutes and 48 by pinfall with a lariat clothesline. Kate Lilly ended up cutting a promo, which was good. They cut promos ahead of their trios match. Kate Lilly defeats Psu Hot. And Ellie Mae Walton cut a promo. I cut a promo. Those two cut a promo. Rikishi Sleep cut a promo. Tag team match had superb wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. The Rockin' City Stars go in tag team action up against somebody under MMA, I guess. And the Rock stars of Rockin' Ryan Turner and Stan Mana cut decent promos. The Masked Grappler struggled going off script, which is weird because sometimes he's great. He's getting better at his gimmick. He's got a promo, got a 47. And now it's time for our main event. An amount that had superb wrestling and gained heat. Good heat, sorry. The Masked Grappler defeats Ellie Mae Walton, Rain Man, and Easy Quick with the Masked Wrestler pinning Izzy Quick with a pile driver. The bout got a 50, my god. This show increased our popularity in 11 regions. And give me just one moment. I shall be back. And I am back. And it's time for tag team action. Let's do let's go Ricky Turner and Rockin' Ryan Turner versus Blue Dragon making his debut and Ava Anderson. And yeah, let's start the show. We got a bout with great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. The two Turners defeated Blue Dragon and Ava Anderson in 19 minutes 24 when Rockin' Ryan Turner pins Blue Dragon with a 6-string shooter. The match got the crowd harder and got the show off to a strong start. It was a 43. Axel Brown and Original Sinner have a rematch with decent wrestling and not much heat. Axel Brown defeats Original Sinner in 9 minutes 47 with a shoulder breaker. Okay. We had another bout with decent wrestling and didn't have much heat. It's Mello O'Hara.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, nothing too crazy going on here with Taylor Norton just getting another victory. Uh, this tag team match did well, even though everybody was off their game. It seems Izzy Quick and Wild Red Stallion got the win with Wild Red Stallion got the win by Red Cutter. Thanks. Yeah. It's looking good. My goodness. And uh Kate really lost to MMA Walton. Oh wait, no. Ellie Walton. And this show increased our popularity in 11 regions. Okie dokie, and now we're getting set for the show. 25, 25, 28, 31, 43, 39, 37, 34, 41, 44, 40, 53, 46, 45, 58, and this show got a 55 overall, with it increasing popularity in 10 regions. Alrighty. And we did gain popularity in the Midwest. We went from 11 to 12. Thank God. And 2 to 3 pretty much elsewhere. That popularity is 2 right now. So, there you go. And that is the end of All-Star Pro Frenzy for now. We will, from here on out, be just doing regular like pay-per-view events, basically. Queen Amazon believes Jerry Pepper has charisma, and we got 3,665 viewers for All Star Frenzy. And broadcasting wise, we are going to sign the air. And let's, yeah, there we go. And now we go to battle in the Asylum. And we're looking to have a pretty impressive show here as well. And All-Star Pro's been shaping up to be pretty good. And Frenzy is off the air. So we're done with Frenzy for the time being. And now it's time for Battle in the Asylum. And this will be our final show for the episode. We will not be giving the night off to anyone. We'll select a generic venue. Let's go everywhere except for pay-per-view network for this show. Let's see. Creative energy. Creative finish for everyone. Made gamble on Joe Gilbert, so no. Likely to succeed on anyone. Big gamble on Roger Montero, no thank you. And likely to succeed on Texas Hangman. Alright, cool. Mel Torment. Sure, why not? And Mel Torment's apparently a young lion, so perfect, I guess. Let's do some team bonding. Strengthened relationships, perfect. And I shall be back. Okay, and now we're getting set to do Battle in the Asylum. Okay. I did do it right. So for our main event, we will see Mercutio Sleep take on the Masked Grappler for the 5-star championship, actually. We will crown our first ever 5-star champion. But first, we will go to our pre-show bouts. In a pre-show bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Becca Barton defeats Cheech Kong in 10 minutes and 23 by pinfall with the payback. And Becca Barton got a 39 with Cheech Kong having a 29. The creative finish was a success, which is a little surprising considering that it was a big gamble. The commentary did great. And in a decent pre-show match, Jerry Pepper and Wild Red Stallion defeats Mosher and Original Sinner. And Jerry Pepper defeats Original Sinner. He pins him with a pile driver. Jerry Pepper seemed off his game too, which is a little unfortunate, but alrighty. And in our opening contest, Mel Torment, the person that wanted to arrive she wanted to be used here tonight, so I gave her a match up against Primetime Jack Pride. Primetime Jack Pride defeats Mel Torment in 10 minutes and 9 seconds with Pride Fall. The creative finish was a success. It got the crowd hotter and got the show off to a strong start with the commentary giving the match a boost. Rowdy Ryan Robertson's open challenge continues when he takes on Xander West in 11 minutes and 40 by pinfall with a lariat clothesline. Commentary is great. The open challenge got the crowd hotter. Taylor Norton defeats Allie Perks in 8 minutes and 12 by pinfall with a tumbleweed splash. And there was a trios match with good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Dr. Funkenstein, Phil Anders, and Sarah Taylor defeats Too Hot and Mike in Minnesota Awesome in 13 minutes and 53 when Sarah Taylor pins Clark Smallbone with a Newton's Cradle. Phil Anders, the Young Lion, with a Link, which is fine. And Danielle Sweetheart and Desert Storm cut promos ahead of their tag team bout. Great job on both of these two. Desert Storm getting better at his gimmick. And Kate Lily and Roger Montero defeat Danielle Sweetheart and Desert Storm in 14 minutes 11 when Kate Lily pins Sweetheart with a Lily launch pad. Got a 50 with superb wrestling. And they both celebrate their victory and performed well. And for our main event, for the 5-star championship, and about that superb wrestling and great heat, Mercutio Sleep defeats the Masked Grappler in 18 minutes and 23 by pinfall using underhand tactics. So he cheats, and the match was designed so they could go out and try to steal the show. And Mercutio Sleep becomes the inaugural 5-star champion. All because he cheated. This is crazy. Match got a 44, and the show gets a 45. And the show increases our popularity in 10 regions. Let's put over the Masked Grappler. We'll do Sarah Taylor as well. Praise for a great performance. Praise for a great performance. And popularity does increase, but not enough for any numbers to change. And yeah, that is going to be it for this episode. That was a lot of different shows. We did a lot of different stuff. All-Star Pro is not having any television shows for a little while after I have decided that we keep losing money. Battle in the Asylum drew 103 fans. And Phenomenal E actually was loaned to UEW. And we got 3,646 viewers. So, next time we see you, will be All-Star Pro Universal Struggle. I think what we'll do is Universal Struggle, Power Surge, and Wild and Wicked. I think those will be the 3 shows we do for that in the next episode. But yeah, that was it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Also, Blue Dragon needs to be assigned a gimmick, and Xander West has morale issues. So he was upset. He's upset for being blamed about an injury. I did try to help him out. I'm gonna give him some time off too. Let's give him 3 months off. There we go. Blue Dragon apparently needs to be assigned a gimmick too. He plays Weasley underdog gimmicks well. We'll just do typical underdog. He doesn't really need to have anything too crazy. Perfect. And yeah, I'll catch you on the flip side.